The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now fourth down.
Good clean play, no flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
They'll try and run for it. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Outstanding field position. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Me and the head coach will agree to disagree, all right? But he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I'll guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with third and just a yard. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Try to punch it in with Taylor. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. 2nd and 11. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods.
He's going to have the first down and then some.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're going to look to throw. Oh, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This is intercepted.
Tariq Woolen picks it.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
For the defense, they were all over that. As soon as that ball was in the air, it was dangerous. Not only was it intercepted, CD, but they return it for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he read that the entire way. He was reacting before other players had a chance to react themselves. Had the determination to say, this just won't be a pick. It's going to be 6 points as he takes it the other way to the end zone.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
It's Nakobe Dean with a pick, and the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Moore, the man in motion. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hole.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. He'll drop to throw.
He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. On play action, they'll throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
John Franklin Myers.
He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Gay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Taken in left side, it's Wilson.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down. Out of of the gun. They'll look to throw.
He finds Wilson. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Swings this one out wide for Pierce.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 28. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And, it'll be intercepted.
And the Colts are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They'll try the left side with Taylor. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards. So the big play changes the... And a short gain down to about the 33. Give them maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Second and 9 now.
And he's going to go down. They get back at the 40. Miles gets the 2-minute warning. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll look to throw here.
Once again at their own 37-yard line.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield. When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Back to throw.
He has it complete to Christian Watson.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big third down pickup of 20 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency, because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said, this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
Running left, Taylor.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. This one no doubt important for Matt Gay. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone.